In the bustling heart of Los Angeles, where aspiring artists chase dreams under the Hollywood sign, a new kind of star has emerged. She doesn't have a green room, she never ages, and her skin is flawless, digitally rendered pixel by pixel. Her name is Lil Miquela, and she represents a seismic shift in how we perceive fame, beauty, and even reality itself. This isn't science fiction, it's the present, where virtual influencers are not just sharing the spotlight with human celebrities, but in many ways, beginning to eclipse them. Born in 2016 from the minds at Brud, a Los Angeles-based startup, Miquela Souza, or Lil Miquela, quickly became more than just a digital art project. She was crafted with a backstory, a 19-year-old Brazilian-American model, musician, and activist living in LA. Her Instagram feed, meticulously curated, showcased a life indistinguishable from any human influencer, fashion collaborations, social causes, and even romantic entanglements. It was a bold experiment in digital identity, challenging our very understanding of authenticity in the digital age. The genius of Lil Miquela wasn't just in her hyper-realistic visuals, but in her narrative. For months, her creators maintained her digital facade, letting followers question if she was real or artificial. This deliberate ambiguity fostered a unique connection, blurring the lines between imagination and reality. As her follower count soared into the millions, it became clear, people were captivated not just by the technology, but by the story. She was a mirror reflecting our own digital aspirations and anxieties, projected onto a canvas of pixels. Lil Miquela's journey from a digital art project to a bona fide pop culture phenomenon was swift. Her debut single, Not Mine, released in 2017, surprised many, quickly racking up millions of streams across platforms. She wasn't just a static image, she was an evolving character, with a voice, opinions, and a growing discography. This wasn't merely a technological feat, it was a masterful exercise in storytelling and brand building, proving that an entirely virtual entity could genuinely resonate with a global audience. While Lil Miquela burst into mainstream consciousness, the concept of virtual performers isn't entirely new. Hatsune Miku, a Japanese Vocaloid software character, captivated audiences in the mid-2000s with sold-out holographic concerts. What changed with Miquela was the level of realism and the integration into Western influencer culture. She wasn't just a character, she was an it girl, a friend, a digital confidant. This evolution showcased how far CGI had come, not just in technical fidelity but in emotional resonance. Creating a virtual influencer like Lil Miquela is a complex, multidisciplinary process. It involves a team of 3D artists, animators, scriptwriters, social media strategists, and even voice actors. Every pose, every outfit, every caption, every interaction is meticulously planned and executed. This isn't just about rendering a pretty face, it's about building a consistent, believable personality and narrative arc. The person you see is the culmination of immense creative and technical effort, all designed to engage and persuade. The appeal of virtual influencers to major brands became undeniably clear. Unlike human celebrities, digital avatars offer unparalleled control. They don't have PR scandals, they don't get tired, they don't demand escalating fees after a breakout role, and they never age. Brands can dictate every aspect of their image, ensuring perfect alignment with marketing campaigns. This predictability and control are golden in a volatile industry, making them incredibly attractive assets for luxury fashion houses and global corporations alike. The fashion industry, always at the forefront of trends, was among the first to wholeheartedly embrace virtual influencers. Major labels like Prada, Calvin Klein, and Burberry quickly partnered with Lil Miquela. She graced digital magazine covers, walked virtual runways, and modeled the latest collections, often blurring the lines between the digital garment and its real-world counterpart. For these brands, it wasn't just a novelty, it was a way to reach younger, digitally native audiences and experiment with innovative marketing narratives without the constraints of physical reality. These collaborations extended beyond simple product placement. Lil Miquela often engaged in thoughtful discussions about sustainability, diversity, and mental health, topics important to her young demographic. This layered approach demonstrated that virtual influencers could be more than just pretty faces, they could embody values and spark conversations, making them powerful tools for brand storytelling and cause marketing. The digital persona became a platform, curated to connect on multiple levels, much like the most successful human influencers. The music industry, notoriously fickle and often high-risk, also began to see the immense potential in virtual artists. Record labels could sign an artist who never missed a show due to illness, never had a public meltdown, and whose image could be perfectly tailored to global markets. The investment in virtual pop stars offered a degree of certainty rarely found in an industry dependent on unpredictable human talent. This shift wasn't just about novelty, it was about maximizing returns and minimizing variables. Imagine a world where your favorite pop star can perform in multiple cities across different continents simultaneously, without ever leaving the studio. Virtual artists make this a reality. Holographic concerts, interactive digital experiences, and metaverse performances are becoming viable alternatives to costly, logistically challenging world tours. This opens up new revenue streams and allows labels to reach an even broader, globally connected audience, redefining what it means to go on tour for the next generation of music lovers. Lil Miquela, while a pioneer, is no longer alone. A galaxy of virtual influencers has emerged, each with their own distinct personalities, backstories, and brand affiliations. Emma, a pink-haired fashion icon from Japan, Shudo Graham, the world's first digital supermodel, and Knox Frost, a male virtual influencer focused on cryptocurrency, all demonstrate the versatility and expanding reach of this digital phenomenon. Their existence confirms that the demand for virtual personalities is not a fleeting trend, but a burgeoning industry. What makes these virtual entities compelling is their carefully constructed narratives. They have likes, dislikes, friends, struggles, and triumphs, all designed to foster relatability. Companies like Brud invest heavily in crafting these intricate backstories, knowing that emotional connection is the bedrock of influence. The technology renders the visuals, but the storytelling breathes life into the pixels, turning a collection of algorithms into a person that people want to follow, engage with, and even emulate. The rise of virtual influencers has created an entirely new sector within the influencer marketing economy. Estimates suggest that brands are pouring significant budgets into these digital personalities, recognizing their potential for highly targeted, controversy-free campaigns. This shift fundamentally alters the landscape for human content creators, introducing a new, formidable competitor that operates on different rules and parameters. It's a digital gold rush, with companies vying for the next big virtual sensation. One of the most concerning aspects of virtual influencers is their inherent perfection. They are meticulously designed to conform to idealized beauty standards, flawless skin, perfect proportions, fashionable attire. This constant exposure to unattainable digital perfection can have a profound psychological impact, particularly on young audiences. It raises questions about body image, self-esteem, and the pressure to achieve an impossible ideal, further exacerbating the challenges already posed by heavily filtered human influencers. As virtual influencers become indistinguishable from real people, the line between what is authentic and what is fabricated blurs even further. This erosion of reality has broader cultural implications. If our role models and figures of desire are increasingly digital constructs, what does that mean for our connection to genuine human experiences and imperfections? The uncanny valley, once a theoretical concept, is now a lived reality, challenging our innate ability to discern the real from the artificial. The ethical implications extend beyond beauty standards. Who is responsible when a virtual influencer promotes a problematic product or expresses a controversial opinion? Since they are controlled by corporations, the line between personal expression and marketing becomes non-existent. There's also the question of transparency. Should virtual influencers be clearly identified as AI-generated? These aren't just theoretical debates, they are urgent concerns for regulators, consumers, and the creators themselves, shaping the future of digital ethics. Perhaps the most direct impact is on human talent. As brands and labels increasingly allocate budgets to virtual stars, what does this mean for aspiring models, musicians, and actors? Will human creatives find themselves competing with perfect, perpetually available digital counterparts? While some argue that virtuals create new job opportunities in their creation, the shift in marketing spend away from human faces could profoundly reshape career paths and opportunities for many in the entertainment industry. For brands, the allure of control is immense. A human celebrity might demand creative input, express political views, or simply decide to take a break. A virtual influencer, however, is a blank canvas, perfectly obedient to its creator's vision. This eliminates unpredictability and ensures brand messaging remains consistent and on point. This level of control, while advantageous for marketing, raises questions about genuine artistic expression and the very essence of human personality that often makes real stars so captivating. The company behind Lil Miquela, Brud, embodies this vision of control and creation. Founded by Trevor McFedries and Sarah Decoux, Brud initially operated in secrecy, maintaining Miquela's enigmatic persona. Their goal was to explore the intersection of technology, storytelling, and celebrity. They understood that to truly resonate, their digital creations needed depth and a narrative arc, not just advanced graphics. This philosophy of character building remains central to the success of top-tier virtual influencers. Venture capitalists and investors have poured millions into companies like Brud, recognizing the lucrative potential of this new form of entertainment and marketing. The valuation of virtual influencer agencies is soaring, fueled by the promise of scalable, evergreen digital assets. This financial backing accelerates the development of more sophisticated AI and CGI tools, making virtual beings even more realistic and easier to produce, thus lowering the barrier to entry for new digital stars. The burgeoning metaverse further amplifies the potential of virtual influencers. In these immersive digital worlds, avatars are the primary mode of interaction. Virtual influencers can host events, sell digital fashion, and perform concerts within the metaverse, offering deeply interactive and personalized experiences. This new frontier creates a native environment for these digital beings, potentially elevating their status from mere online personalities to central figures in our digital lives. One key advantage of virtual influencers is their ability to be localized for different markets with ease. A virtual pop star could have multiple personas or versions, each speaking a different language and subtly adapting to cultural nuances, all while maintaining a consistent core identity. This global scalability allows brands to penetrate diverse markets efficiently, offering a level of adaptability that human influencers, with their physical presence and singular identity, simply cannot match. Interestingly, some creators are now experimenting with adding imperfections to virtual influencers, a stray hair, a slightly asymmetrical feature, or a relatable mishap in their digital narratives. This attempt to make them more human paradoxically highlights their artificiality, yet it also serves to increase relatability. The goal is to escape the uncanny valley not by achieving perfect realism, but by embracing a controlled level of imperfection, making them feel more accessible and less intimidatingly flawless. As virtual entities become more sophisticated, the question arises, are we becoming too comfortable with the idea of robots influencing our purchasing decisions and cultural norms? The human desire for connection is powerful, and these digital beings are designed to tap into that. But what are the long-term psychological effects of forming parasocial relationships with something that isn't truly sentient or capable of genuine reciprocity? This fundamental question lies at the heart of the virtual influencer phenomenon. While the initial investment in creating a high-fidelity virtual influencer can be substantial, the long-term cost advantages for brands are significant. No travel expenses, no elaborate set designs for every shoot, no managing complex human schedules. Once the digital assets are created, they can be reused and reconfigured infinitely, often at a fraction of the cost of repeat human talent engagements. This efficiency drives profitability, making them an increasingly attractive budget item for marketing departments. The development of virtual influencers is inherently data-driven. Their content, engagement rates, and even personality tweaks can be precisely optimized based on audience analytics. This level of data-informed refinement allows creators to continuously evolve their virtual stars to maximize appeal and influence. Unlike human celebrities, who operate largely on intuition and public perception, virtuals can be engineered for optimal performance, ensuring every interaction is impactful and on-brand. Stardom has always been a complex interplay of talent, charisma, and public perception. Virtual influencers introduce an entirely new dimension: engineered charisma and programmed talent. This paradigm shift forces us to re-evaluate what makes a star. Is it authenticity, raw talent, or simply the ability to capture attention and influence culture, regardless of origin? The answers are still emerging, but it's clear that the definition of a celebrity is expanding beyond its traditional human confines. The impact isn't just felt online. Virtual influencers are increasingly appearing in physical spaces, through augmented reality filters, holographic projections, and even as physical installations at fashion events. This physical manifestation further blurs the lines, bringing these digital beings into our tangible world. It's a testament to the sophistication of the technology and the growing acceptance of virtual identities as a part of our lived experience, not just an online phenomenon. The rise of virtual influencers presents a profound authenticity paradox. They are entirely fabricated, yet their narratives are often designed to evoke genuine emotion and foster real connection. Is it authentic if the emotions are programmed and the personality is a script? This question resonates deeply in an era where authenticity is a prized commodity for influencers. The paradox challenges us to consider if genuine connection requires a sentient source, or if the perception of connection is enough. One of the most compelling arguments for virtual influencers is their immortality. They don't age, they don't get sick, and their relevance can be meticulously maintained indefinitely. This offers brands and labels a long-term asset, free from the career fluctuations and eventual decline that human stars often face. A virtual icon can endure for decades, perhaps centuries, continuously engaging new generations, a truly unprecedented advantage in the ephemeral world of celebrity. While companies like Broad in LA pioneered the field, virtual influencer creation is now a global phenomenon. From Asia's hyper-realistic digital idols to Europe's artistic avatars, creators worldwide are experimenting with this medium. This global spread brings diverse cultural perspectives and aesthetics to the virtual space, ensuring that the digital realm isn't dominated by a single vision of beauty or influence, but rather reflects the rich tapestry of human creativity, albeit through a digital lens. We revisit the notion of imperfection because it's a critical bridge for audience connection. Early CGI often aimed for unattainable flawlessness, which inadvertently made characters feel cold or sterile. Modern virtual influencers sometimes integrate subtle glitches, emotional vulnerabilities, or even internal conflicts into their storylines. These deliberate narrative choices mirror human struggles, creating a deeper, more empathetic bond with the audience, making the artificial feel surprisingly real and relatable. Virtual influencers cultivate highly engaged communities. Through Q&A sessions, direct messaging, and even personalized shoutouts, they create an illusion of intimate connection. While a human influencer can only manage a finite number of direct interactions, a virtual influencer's responses can be automated or scaled, offering an unprecedented level of fan engagement. This personalized interaction fosters loyalty, making followers feel genuinely seen and valued, further strengthening their influence. It's crucial to remember that behind every virtual influencer is a dedicated team of human creatives. These digital beings are not self-sufficient AI, they are meticulously handcrafted by artists, writers, and strategists. This means that while the face presented to the world is artificial, the underlying creativity, vision, and hard work are entirely human. The virtual influencer acts as a powerful conduit for these human creators' ideas, pushing the boundaries of art and technology. The advertising industry is rapidly integrating virtual influencers into their strategies. From product launches to brand endorsements, these digital figures offer a novel way to cut through the noise. They can exist seamlessly across multiple platforms, from TikTok to VR, ensuring broad reach. As consumers grow more discerning about traditional ads, virtual influencers provide an innovative, engaging, and highly adaptable solution for brands seeking to connect with modern audiences in compelling new ways.
The presence of digitally flawless virtual influencers forces a re-examination of beauty standards. While human models undergo extensive retouching, virtual models start from a point of absolute digital perfection. This amplifies the pressure on individuals to conform to increasingly unrealistic ideals. It raises questions about the definition of beauty itself, and whether a purely aesthetic, manufactured ideal can truly be aspirational, or if it risks alienating audiences seeking genuine representation. While human creativity remains paramount, AI is increasingly playing a supportive role in virtual influencer creation. AI tools can generate diverse facial expressions, suggest outfit combinations, or even write rudimentary social media captions, accelerating the production process. This symbiosis between human artistry and artificial intelligence promises to make the creation of virtual stars even more efficient and sophisticated, allowing creators to focus on higher-level narrative and strategic development. For younger generations who have grown up with digital avatars in gaming and social media, virtual influencers are often accepted as a natural extension of their online world. This comfort level with the artificial presents both opportunities and challenges. While it opens doors for new forms of entertainment and connection, it also necessitates media literacy and critical thinking skills to navigate a landscape where distinguishing between real and rendered is increasingly difficult. Beyond individual influencers, corporations are also developing their own virtual spokespersons and brand mascots. KFC's virtual Colonel Sanders or Samsung's virtual assistant Neon are examples of brands creating digital entities to represent their values and products. These corporate avatars offer a consistent brand voice, can operate 24/7, and are free from the human limitations of availability or opinion. This trend underscores the industry's embrace of controllable, evergreen digital representation. Not everyone embraces the virtual influencer trend. There has been backlash, particularly regarding cultural appropriation when virtual models are designed to represent ethnicities without genuine lived experience, or when they promote unhealthy ideals. Critics also voice concerns about job displacement and the commodification of personality. These criticisms are vital, pushing creators and brands to approach the virtual space with greater ethical consideration and a commitment to responsible representation. Fandom itself is evolving. For many, the connection to a virtual influencer is as real and meaningful as to a human star. Fan art, fan fiction, and dedicated communities flourish around these digital beings. This shift suggests that the source of inspiration matters less than the ability to inspire. The future of fandom may increasingly involve dynamic, interactive relationships with characters who exist only in the digital realm, yet evoke powerful human emotions. The legal landscape surrounding virtual influencers is still nascent and complex. Who owns the personality of a virtual being? What are the copyright implications of their generated content? How are contractual agreements structured for entities that aren't legally people? These questions are actively being debated by legal experts, attempting to establish frameworks for intellectual property, exploitation, and fair use in a realm where established laws struggle to keep pace with technological innovation. From simple 2D sprites in early video games to the sophisticated, hyper-realistic avatars we see today, the evolution of virtual characters mirrors our own technological advancement. This journey continues at an accelerating pace. As rendering capabilities improve and AI becomes more nuanced, the distinction between a digital character and a human one will become increasingly imperceptible, blurring lines we once thought immutable. This continuous evolution shapes our perception of what is possible. Ultimately, the choice to engage with and be influenced by virtual celebrities rests with the individual. As consumers, we hold the power to shape this emerging landscape by demanding transparency, supporting ethical creators, and fostering a critical approach to digital content. The rise of CGI celebrities is not just a technological marvel, it's a reflection of our collective desires and evolving relationship with media. Our choices will define the boundaries of this new reality. The relentless pursuit of perfection, embodied by virtual influencers, can have a tangible impact on mental health. Studies increasingly link social media use and exposure to idealized imagery with feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression among young people.
When the ideal is not just edited, but entirely manufactured, the pressure to conform becomes even more profound, potentially exacerbating existing body image issues and fostering a culture of perpetual dissatisfaction. There's an undeniable allure to the otherworldly, to beings that exist just beyond our grasp, yet are hyperreal.
Virtual influencers tap into this fascination, offering a blend of familiarity and fantastical escapism.
They represent a perfected version of humanity, free from the messy complexities of real life. This utopian vision, however, risks creating a disconnect from the beauty of genuine human imperfection and the richness of lived, unedited experiences. Beyond marketing, virtual influencers are also a powerful new medium for artistic expression. They allow creators to explore narratives, fashion, and music in ways previously unimaginable, unfettered by physical limitations. Artists can build entire virtual worlds and populate them with characters who embody their creative vision. This opens up a vibrant frontier for storytelling, pushing the boundaries of what art can be and how it can interact with an audience. Record labels, typically wary of large, unpredictable investments in human artists, see virtual pop stars as a safer bet.
The upfront costs for creation are offset by long-term predictability.
No concert cancellations, no substance abuse issues, no creative differences leading to album delays. It's a calculated business decision, focusing on maximizing intellectual property and minimizing risk. This shift could funnel more resources into digital production, fundamentally altering the music industry's talent pipeline. Fashion brands are driven by trends, image, and constant reinvention.
Virtual models offer an agile solution.
They can be restyled instantly, appear in multiple concurrent campaigns, and embody diverse aesthetics without the logistical complexities of human models. This agility reduces production costs and allows brands to respond to fast-changing market demands with unprecedented speed, making virtual influencers an indispensable tool in the competitive world of high fashion.
What does authenticity mean in an age where the most authentic connections are often mediated by algorithms?
For a virtual influencer, authenticity is meticulously constructed. It's about believable storytelling, consistent personality, and carefully curated vulnerabilities.
This challenges our traditional notions that authenticity springs from genuine human experience.
Instead, it becomes a manufactured perception, raising questions about whether we are drawn to truth, or simply to a convincing illusion. Virtual celebrities are often designed to be incredibly accessible. They can reply to thousands of comments, appear in personalized messages, and even be integrated into AR filters that allow fans to meet them. This creates a powerful sense of intimacy and direct access, often surpassing what's possible with human stars. This hyper-accessibility can forge strong bonds, but also creates a potentially one-sided relationship where the fan invests deeply in an entity incapable of true reciprocation.
While virtual influencers appear effortless, their maintenance requires constant, unseen labor.
Teams are continually updating software, crafting new narratives, designing outfits, and responding to audience feedback.
This behind-the-scenes effort ensures their perpetual relevance and polished image. It's a reminder that even in a digital world, human ingenuity and relentless work are the engines driving these phenomena, a paradox of automated output from manual input.
As virtual influencers proliferate, education and media literacy become paramount. Schools and parents have a vital role in equipping young people with the skills to critically evaluate digital content, understand the mechanics of AI and CGI, and discern between genuine and fabricated personalities. Fostering a healthy skepticism, rather than outright rejection, is key to navigating a future where digital beings will play an increasingly prominent role in our cultural landscape. While hyper-realistic avatars like Lil Miquela dominate, a new wave of virtual influencers is embracing more abstract or fantastical forms. These characters don't strive for human likeness but instead celebrate unique, imaginative aesthetics, often inspired by anime, fantasy, or digital art. This diversification of virtual identity suggests an evolution beyond mere mimicry, exploring the full creative potential of digital existence, where imagination is the only limit.
So, what does the next generation of stars look like? It's likely a blend. Human talent will continue to captivate, but digital entities will command an ever larger share of our attention and cultural dialogue.
The lines will continue to blur, making it harder to distinguish the real from the rendered, and perhaps making the distinction less relevant. The future of stardom is not just human or virtual, but a complex, interconnected ecosystem where both exist and thrive.
The cultural footprint of virtual influencers is undeniably growing.
They are shaping fashion trends, influencing musical tastes, and even participating in social movements. Their impact extends beyond mere commercial transactions into the very fabric of our shared cultural narrative. This digital influence, however, comes with a caveat: it's a narrative entirely constructed and controlled, raising questions about genuine cultural evolution versus engineered trends. The initial appeal of a flawless, never-aging star like Lil Miquela is obvious. But the long-term societal perils of this pursuit of perfection are becoming clearer. When aspirational figures are entirely artificial, they set an impossible standard that can leave real people feeling inadequate and undervalued. The challenge for creators and consumers alike is to recognize the artistry and entertainment value without succumbing to the illusion that this perfection is attainable or desirable in our own lives. Despite their digital nature, the success of virtual influencers ultimately lies in their ability to tap into fundamental human desires for connection, aspiration, and storytelling. It is the human element, imbued by their creators, that makes them compelling. Without the rich narratives, the carefully crafted personalities, and the artistic vision, they would remain merely sophisticated algorithms. The digital star, in essence, is a mirror reflecting our own deepest yearnings back at us, pixel by pixel. For human celebrities, the landscape is undeniably shifting. They are now competing with entities that are infinitely scalable, perpetually on, and immune to the pitfalls of public scrutiny. While genuine human talent and charisma will always find an audience, the pressure to maintain an immaculate public image intensifies. The rise of virtual influencers highlights the increasing demands placed on real stars, blurring the line between person and product, a line digital avatars inherently bypass. The journey of virtual influencers, from nascent digital experiments to mainstream cultural phenomena, is far from over. As AI advances, as rendering becomes even more sophisticated, and as our interaction with digital realms deepens, these virtual beings will only grow in presence and influence. They are not merely a passing trend, but a testament to our ongoing quest to redefine identity, connection, and stardom in an increasingly technological world. The next chapter is still being written. Perhaps the greatest insight from the rise of digital perfection is the reinforced value of human imperfection. Our flaws, our vulnerabilities, our real-world struggles, these are the very things that make us unique, relatable, and deeply human. In a world saturated with digital flawless, the authentic, unedited human experience might just become the most coveted form of influencer, reminding us that true connection often blossoms not from perfection, but from shared humanity. Lil Miquela's story serves as a powerful microcosm of this revolution. From her mysterious debut to her multi-million-dollar brand deals and musical career, she has consistently pushed the boundaries of what a celebrity can be. She proved that audiences are willing to suspend disbelief for compelling narratives, regardless of the performer's origin. Her journey paved the way for countless others, solidifying the virtual influencer as a permanent fixture in our cultural landscape. As we gaze into the future, the horizon where human and digital intersect grows increasingly blurred. Virtual influencers are not merely a reflection of technological progress, they are a mirror held up to our evolving desires, our cultural anxieties, and our changing perceptions of reality. The question is no longer if virtual stars will shine, but how brightly, and what kind of world we will inhabit when their glow becomes indistinguishable from our own. The question lingers: are human stars becoming obsolete? While virtual influencers offer unparalleled advantages in control and longevity, they still lack the unpredictable spark of human genius, the raw emotion of a live performance, or the lived experience that often grounds truly iconic figures. Humans aren't obsolete, but the definition of stardom is expanding. We are entering an era of dual celebrity, where both human and virtual entities will coexist, compete, and perhaps even collaborate. Ultimately, the enduring power of storytelling remains constant, whether the storyteller is human or digital. Virtual influencers are a powerful new vehicle for narrative, allowing creators to weave intricate tales that resonate with millions. As long as there are compelling stories to tell and audiences eager to listen, the stars, both real and rendered, will continue to shine, illuminating the evolving landscape of human connection and imagination.